do some things that are anti-women, but at the same time, they're going to benefit from
their
the whiteness, right? So
True.
there are a lot of things that can be deconstructed in terms of
Politics.
the politics and
Yeah,
how that
yeah.
all went down, and America is a wild place. So so
Oh
it's
yeah,
very
I
interesting.
team agree with you on America. I respect. I salute my American brothers right now because I see what the Nijis and my melanin brothers are doing right now over there. 100%. Because
Yeah,
to me, do you know who Dan Calloway is?
I'm not familiar.
Don't worry.
All right.
You know Dr. Umar?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. You see, for world, those two guys would be the Malcolm X and Martin Luther King in a beautiful world. I don't know what a beautiful world looks like. I'm from Regent Park, so I don't know nothing more than Regent Park. Beautiful world. Those two guys would get along. They would not have such different tactics towards the media, but both tactics work. Because, like I said, I thought he may have came across your side because a lot of people that I know who knows him, it's music why they know him. So I was hoping that maybe poetry may have known of him, especially here in Canada, because it's like there's very educated people here, very, very top tier educated people here. We just have an abundance of dummies who control and they let shit slide. I would use my sound effects right now, but I'm just amped. I'm geeked right now, bro. Like, you don't know. Like, this is an honor. I want you to come back all the time. Anything you want to talk about, promote, send our way. We will definitely promote it. We stand with you, brother. Stand with you, King. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to cut out the N word. I really am, and it's very hard because I know the meaning now.
Yeah.
So back to the politicking, because he's out there, and we have this tariff issue. Has the tariffs have you adjusting your ticket prices, or is it still venue per capita? Because
I mean, nothing with my ticket prices have anything to do with tariffs. Really, it's a matter of artist fees, venue fees. I think a lot of things changed with COVID.
Yes.
So the structure of trying to do things is very different. So unfortunately, everything is just more expensive. Like I can't even charge what I used to charge because the venue's charging me more. And then there's you got to get the security, and then the artists want more money, and then so it's like, well, I can't come up with all of this. So
I agree.
It falls into the ticket price. But I've always strived to be fair with my ticket
You are
prices,
super fair. Listen, people, he shouldn't have to be breaking bread like this for us. Straight. That's all I'm saying. How many years you been doing these two big poetry competitions? 25 years, going on 26?
Yeah, for Brother Speak and Sister Speak, they're both are over 25.
Thank you. You see what I'm saying, folks? And he's been doing this out of pocket, all while he was still doing the promo, the banquet for the thing there. And listen, folks, I've been trying to get people to understand the whole point of Toronto's X vibe. Toronto's X vibe that made us unique, that X factor, that it factor. Used to be able that we had places to go where we can express ourselves. Our kids can grow up and admire the arts. We have losing that to the exact same thing I'm saying, and you're saying actually to that whole bias to this non-Niji and non-melanin kind of energy that's been around all my life. And I feel like Malcolm, we need to separate if they want us to separate, but let us go. But also, I do concur with like intelligent people. Yeah, we should all go back to Africa, but I'm scared if we go back to Africa, we're all in one concentrated place, and that egotistical Caucasian skin decides to push a button because we're all there.
Right.
They've been telling us they're the minority. I don't know why that lie still exists. I just don't get it. And then they'll burn down whatever we build. So I stopped thinking that, we can't build no more. I'm thinking, no, that's the whole thing. They need new ideas. They need new inventions. Teach everybody. And once everybody knows, art of war, Sun Tzu, destroy the base, the enemy's base. Don't leave nothing intact. That's what's been going on for millions of years now. I want it to change.
Mm.
So I think if you got into office, what was that? 2011, 2012?
No, 2018.
2018 too? Wow. See? If you would have got in, COVID would have hit, those changes would have put you at the forefront. The forefront of everything. Yeah. Because what I realized back then is everybody who had melanin skin got bunned by the media. The media was not spinning, because if it wasn't for certain YouTubers that I follow that are genuinely about finding the facts more so than being the first to release the information, you know, I would have had a biased opinion of COVID and the whole politicians. But now I understand you guys have been taking a bag. And when people were telling me you guys were taking a bag from way back then, I was young and naive. I was like, nah, they ain't doing that. Nah, they ain't doing that. Whew. Now I'm not so naive no more. It's possible. But then you did, like you just said just now, you wanted to inspire somebody to get into that position. I hope me having this as you as my guest on my show, hopefully you come back to the other programs and my other correspondence shows and we do this all over again. But I want to get into the speed round after this one question. If, God rest your soul, if you had to retire tomorrow completely, sit down, put your feet up, chill, leave it for the kids, someone who's not related to you, who's can you tell me 3 names that you can feel like, yo, these 3 people would be good poetry leaders or good monarchs, or they would be good representation of me, or like in my young world I will say Palo Altos, you know what I mean, Jedi vibes. Those are like the first 3 that come to
there's
head.
already people out there. I think Randella J.
Shout out to him.
So he was Ontario's first poet laureate, and he started Rise Edutainment. That's been going on for about 12, 13 years now. And yeah, just doing big things. Shahada Jack. Who is the current Toronto Youth Poet Laureate. She's also doing some great things. And Hannah Flores.
Wow. Shout out to them.
I met Hannah when she was in grade 6. She participated in a thing I was doing with the York Region School Board. And she participated in that from grade 6 until she graduated. Now she just graduated from U of T, but she's doing poems for the Raptors, poems for like big brands and the World Cup and different things. So I think, those 3
prodigies for sure.
Yeah, they're all doing some really big things. Yeah,
that is dope. That's dope. All right, Toronto, I got a question for Dwayne Morgan for the speed round. But is there anything you wanted to ask Mr. Dwayne Morgan off the hop? Because I don't want you to feel like you're not involved in the conversation at all, Toronto. Oh, you're good so far? Okay, so that's a good sign, Toronto. Because, like, usually when I'm this amped up, I let him handle the sound effects and everything. Because with us, live, for people who don't know, gunshots are a good thing for us. Because, you know, we're yachty. We're kind of rowdy. And the slaps. I usually use the slaps when people drop great gems and great points. And you've been dropping great gems and great points. I just don't know when to drop a slap. You're just dropping bare things. And I definitely want to make sure there's time for you to drop something for the fans. Some quick poetry, some love to the fans of poetry. Because the poetry wasn't the real reason why I brought him here. He's my friend. He answers my calls. He like, this is my friend. So to me, I'm fanning out right now. You don't even know. I'm going to look back at this and complain to myself. I should be more professional.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
But like I said, I want you to come and feel, you know what I mean? Feel like a king. You know what I mean? Talk about anything you want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to hold back. I want you to feel like you don't got to worry about none of that. Yeah, man. This should be like a second home. You know what I mean?
So all I could say is, you know, like, poetry has been my favorite since high school times, right? Before, like, rap. You know what I mean? So I used to, back in the day, do a bit of poetry, but I stopped. But on the real, it's been one of my first loves. So, like, even back in the day, I even took in some spoken word, certain shows and stuff like that, right? And to me, someone who could really put out that and feel the feeling of it, you know what I mean? It grasps to me. So it's like, yo, like on the real, like it's to me, it's like a little beyond being a lyrical MC, because you have to have deep thought when it comes to poetry. You get me? So that's the way I look at it. You know what I mean? So like how you just went off the chain right there. That's why I don't have words.
I'm
Like,
telling you, man, the energy's
know what I mean?
up. I don't even need sound effects the way you got my energy up right now. Like,
That's why he's surprised that, yo, you don't got nothing to say. Yo,
yo.
I got nothing to say. I have only complimentary things to say.
Like
That's
I
it.
said, man, I'm honored. We're honored. You know, like, oh man. All right, folks. Here's the question before the speed round question. So to set up the question before the speed round, he gave us his 3 powwows. So now, here's my last question before the speed round, Dwayne. Man, we're getting in a speed round. All right, here's my question right now. If there was a gift to give the world that you can give everybody in the world, what would it be?
Well, all right. Gift that you could give to everybody in the world. I mean, I would have to say self-love.
Self-love. Yeah.
I think there's
Yeah.
there's so many
100%.
struggles that come from a lack of self-love.
Yeah.
I think if you go to Shoppers Drug Mart, almost every aisle has something on sale for your self-love.
Yeah.
There's a surgery for your self-love. There's chasing the wrong girls or the wrong dudes because of a lack of self-love.
Yeah.
There's not
You're
following
right.
your dreams because of a lack of self-love. I think with self-love, it unleashes human potential. And I think there's so much that humanity is missing out on because enough people don't love themselves.
I believe you have answered the most hardest question. Self-love. Remember that, folks, because that's a big question. A lot of folks don't get those big questions from me. So let's get into the speed round real quick. All right. So the speed round is an ABC type of issue. Usually C's are optional, or you can tell the world what you consider personal. You know what I mean? And the more personal, the way I look at it, the more personal, the better. So the first question for the speed round. All right. A, B, or C? A, cat. B, dog. C, other.
B.
Ooh, you're a dog person. Any type of dog specifically?
Just typically small dogs.
Anything small?
Yeah, small dogs.
See my Niji man, small dog, still a dog. Moving on to the next question. As a human being, no pretending. This is just a straight up question. A, all right, because it comes to traveling right now. A, flying. B, driving. Or C, other.
Flying. A.
Hey, okay. You were in the planes. All right. Now this is for the ladies. All right. This is for the ladies. Is Dwayne Morgan currently A, dating, literally what it means, dating. B, single. Or C, married.
A.
Okay, dating.
Yep.
All right, ladies, you have a chance. He's dating. He could be busy on y'all, but he's dating. You got a chance, ladies. He could be busy. All right. Now, to me, I call fine cuisine your personal favorite dish in the whole wide world. So it should trump everything else. All right? Because it's fine cuisine. But it can be anything you want. All right? So, A, healthy food. B, junk food. Or C, fine cuisine. Which one is Dwayne Morgan picking?
I mean, I'm gonna go with C. Fine cuisine.
You want to tell the world what your fine cuisine pick is?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not one of those, fancy. Oh, let's go for oysters and that nonsense.
Okay.
Fine cuisine is a nice plate of curry goat
Okay.
With some rice and peas and a little coleslaw on the side there. You know what I mean? So
Are you more steam or are you more steam or baked curry goat? Which one is it? You more steam?
the more steam for sure.
Ah, see him have a chef in him life somewhere. That's why he's dating ladies. Y'all need to learn to cook.
Yeah, because when they take them, when they get
To the man's heart. Yep.
get to his stomach.
Damn, Skippy. All right, we're going hard here. All right, now this is for the ladies who don't know better, but they're gonna want to know this answer here. All right, so if you had the options to do one of three things, all right, what is Dwayne doing? A, you're gonna be a homebody. B, go to the barbecue. Or C, you're hitting the club. Which one are you doing?
Uh, Probably B, just kind of
The
top will stay a little
barbecue.
bit. Yeah.
Wanted to mind them. All right. So this is our external challenge of being a human being. It comes down to your favorite way of travel, way of mode of travel. So we have a skateboard, B, the BMX bike, or C, roller skates or rollerblading.
Definitely the bike. B.
All right. So we got one more question before the final question. Everybody wants the answers to the boss fight. That's what everybody tunes in for, is the boss fight. But we got that one other question. It's A or B. Ladies, if whoever she may be, was in your life and she was supposed to bring you something to drink, and her options to pick for you was A, a cool drink of water, or B, alcohol, which one is your lady friend bringing you?
Definitely the alcohol.
Right, 3 years. I finally got so little minute. Alcohol. Ah, all right. You see it now, real original. Off the block. So since we're keeping it raw and right, this is the last question. This is the one that's gonna make the kids who play video games scared of you. This is gonna make the ladies know you the man. And this is going to make the man them understand why you refer to other men as kings, like I refer to other men as kings. All right. If Dwayne Morgan had to get up in the morning and deal with a boss fight, is Dwayne Morgan A, sleeping in, or B, going out for that boss fight?
Definitely B. I mean,
Yeah.
people around me know that I don't really sleep, so
Yeah.
I'm just always up doing stuff, right? So
You see it there. So that's officially the speed round with Dwayne Morgan, yo. All right. Now let me just make sure everybody understand. The speed round is for all guests from my fan base to understand all my guests. All right. So before I get you to do a poem and we end this off real quick, because that last question before the speed round, yeah, that question, I love to ask that hard question just because I like to see people who have to be in front of the light and the spotlight answer. I do, because I believed from when I saw you doing the whole voting thing, there is no way a man's gonna diss another man or female diss another candidate, another man or another female in politics to me, and that's gonna slew me for anything. You of maybe you and another one, Kenny Robinson, he was out in Mississauga. You guys were the only guys talking the truth. I mean, like, I'm not gonna say the Green Party wasn't talking the truth, but the points that were relevant to my people, y'all kept it real. That is the thing that I can't believe, that this is why you came second in your running and he came where he came in his running. I believe strings were pulled. 100%. That's just my personal opinion. So outside of politics, going forward for the poetry, I don't want to say doing shows and inviting people, but is there a stage in the back of your mind that you always wanted to put your shows on?
Um, Yeah, I mean, there's definitely not a stage in the sense that I think you're asking it, but
No,
I
no, no.
think
I'm saying like biggest stage that you can think of to put it on, because obviously we're homegrown. I know you want Ontario, the Sky Dome.
mm, yeah,
I know,
my
I know you want the Sky Dome, but if there was another one you can pick and put it somewhere else, or you know what I mean, like
yeah,
because obviously you travel the world, you've gone to Africa, you could just do it in Africa.
yeah,
But
yeah. Yeah, I mean the stuff like the Sky Dome and stuff. If that
yeah,
were to happen, that's great, but it doesn't necessarily impress me. I think
yeah, I know that already.
for me, when I think of
Yeah.
a stage to put my work on, it would be to put it on Netflix,
Oh,
and then that is accessible
yo,
to
give him a
every
gunshot for that.
that's accessible to everyone in the world. Like it's, I don't think just local, right? So Sky Dome, that's still local. You know what I mean? That's Rogers Center, that's still local.
That's
Whatever, you
beautiful.
know what I mean? I'm thinking
Beyond.
worldwide.
I'm loving
How
this.
can people
You know,
access it? So
I don't want to
so
cut this thing short, but man, that was another beautiful answer.
appreciate
Netflix, man. Oh, I'm telling you. Usually I'm all up in my bag with the sound effects, but you, brother, you sparked this fuse today.
Awesome.
So all I'm gonna say, folks, is as I come off of my camera to leave Mr. Dwayne Morgan to drop a little poetry for you guys. You know what I'm saying? And leave it to how we end it all the time. Thank you very much for coming out. You
Wow,
can
appreciate it.
find Mr. Dwayne Morgan on his website of dwaynemorgan.ca and also on Up From the Root Entertainment. He is the CEO. I should have talked about it more, but we'll talk merch after the fact. Brother, if there's anything you want to say, please get it off of your chest. And you got the stage and the mic.
All right, dope. So thank you so much for having me here and for the conversation. And yeah, definitely hit me up on socials or whatever. I'm out there and I'm everywhere. All right. So to be a gift, packaged in black skin, is to be constantly reminded that your life is disposable, that it lacks meaning and value and isn't protected by the law. You live with the knowledge that justice is a drunk that will not be served. We, the black gifts, are the first to be accused and the last to be believed. We're the guilty until proven innocent, the aggressor despite the evidence. We're the hoops for which loopholes are made. We're the sambos, the puppets, our value determined by the worth we bring our puppeteers. So dance, Negro, dance. Rap, black boy, rap. Run, boy, run. But what about those of us who are regular, who are average, who don't have gifts or talents that the world wants or needs, who are just their bodies, packaged in black skin, stuck on modern day plantations, being abused at will, and people wonder why we seldom smile, and it seems like our looks could kill. We are the ones who put basketballs in our sons' palms before they can walk and only dribble, with the hope that they will grow to dribble beyond their packaging. We are the ones that make elevators go quiet, purses and loved ones clench tighter. We are the deer that stare down the barrel of guns, but there is no license needed to hunt us. We are the suspicious packages at the airport or in any store with goods that we aren't supposed to be able to afford, whether in a hoodie or a suit, accused of driving while black in minivans or coupes. We are the black licorice discarded at Halloween, the silhouette used for target practice by the police, the black men who spend their days wanting nothing but to be human with respect and dignity. So this is for every Trayvon, Jaquan, Marcus, Jordan, Dwayne, every black man considered a nobody despite having a name, for everyone who has ever felt the pain of race, for the empty seat beside a black man on the train. For we are the ones who meet death on cold asphalt, discarded like roadkill. We are the ones, worthless bodies, packaged in black skin that nobody seems to want. We are the voiceless. We are the ones. Peace, y'all.
That was fire. Fire, 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 fire. Woo. That is just like too much for some of these how should I say?
Fuck all these other podcasters.
Yeah, but
come on, end this thing.
I said this to you before.
End it.
Look, I said this to you before. There's a lot of stupid
Hard.
people, but there's not a lot of intellects in the world.
Damn right.
But when you take it in as an intellect, it's woo.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying? But
chills.
yo, as usual, what's the conclusion before we go?
My conclusion is angels from the north, south, east, and west. Look after my grandbabies, my grandchildren, my nukes, my grand nukes. Till I'm there to be by their side again. That's my conclusion.
Okay. All I gotta say is it's been a pleasure and honor to have Dwayne Morgan
Big
on
facts.
Down to Earth BMF. You know what I mean?
Blue mother. Monday, man. Don't worry about it.
You don't know. But as usual, we have to end it like this. This is the Rastafari Samurai, never leaving you dry in your eye. I approve this message. Nation. Rock. Thank you, Dwayne Morgan, for coming on.
Thank you.
Yeah, boy. That was hype. Hype. And it
That was nuts. And I just want